Hi YouTube, it's Molly, and today I'm here for my week 38 post-op VSG update. Um, so let's get to the numbers. We'll get that out of the way. Today I weighed in at 216.2, which is a 0.2 pound gain for this week, putting me back at 143.8 for a total loss. Not surprised that I didn't lose. Not a fan of this giant loss 0.2 pound gain pattern that I seem to have gotten myself into, and 0.2, like I said last time, like, you know, not really a gain. If I'm actually like half a pound or more, then maybe I'll consider it a gain, but that's just, 0.2 is just a little, too close for me to get overboard about calling it a gain. So yeah, I'm not surprised that I didn't lose, and that's mostly because of exercise. I don't want to say it was food. I ate well this week. I've still managed to just stop tracking. Like, people always ask me, like, what's the one thing you do different or whatever, and until now I've just been like, I think I've been doing pretty good. Don't ever go one day without tracking, because it's all downhill from there. So you're like, oh, I didn't track that one day, and I didn't die, the world didn't end, I still lost weight, there's not zombies running after me. Life's pretty good. Um, and it kind of just, like, went downhill from there. So I tracked religiously every day for, what, 7 months? And then it, like, poof, went away. Um, that being said, like, I portioned everything out, and, like, I knew I was eating 2 ounces of chicken and an ounce of cheese, and I knew that, I knew what I was eating, and I was kind of mentally processing things in my brain, and would track, like, half days here or there, and, like, I was eating well, and I was measuring and weighing my food. It wasn't just like I was eating whatever I wanted, but for some reason, just that tracking has just not been happening, and I keep telling myself I need to do it, and I start to do it, and then by the end of the day, I'm just like, you're telling me I have to sit down and finish tracking? No. And to go along with that, because it's probably a time thing, to go along with that, I have no idea when I'm ever going to get my ass to the gym this term. It's, to be honest, like, I slept for 3 hours last night, and I feel guilty about it. Because I have so much shit to do, it's not even funny. Um, everybody's always said that the prep class to go away, is the worst, because you're doing all of your research and planning and preparation for your project when you go abroad, and everybody's always said how awful it is, and I completely believe them now, because I feel like that's all I've been doing, and I haven't even had time for my other 2 classes, and it's just this giant weight right now that I keep, only ever having time to do things for my other classes, like, right before they're due, right before the exam, right before homework's due, and then at that point you don't have time to get help if you need it, and I know that I do. And just because of all of this prep work for going to Australia, I haven't had even time to, like, do the work that I need to be doing for my other 2 classes, let alone going to the gym. And, up until now, I've been fairly good about making time for the gym. Even when it was only a couple of days a week, and I wasn't happy with a couple of days a week, it was happening a couple days a week. Now we're at a point where I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna, like, my pillow's just chilling there, half out of its pillowcase. This is how my life is going. Um, I I just can't even. I pull up my schedule to try to, like, block in an hour to go to the gym, and I look at it and I go, that would be a really great hour to sleep. but I'm probably not even going to get to sleep in that hour because I've got too much shit to do. And like I said, like literally slept for 3 hours last night, and I feel guilty about it. So yeah, I have no idea how the gym's gonna happen. I don't know how in the world I'm gonna pass my other two classes because this Australia thing is just taking over my life. Um, so I mean, I'm gonna say it again. Tracking needs to happen again, but I honestly don't know if it's gonna happen. Um, I know it should, and I know I should be going to the gym, and I'd feel happy and wonderful if I went to the gym, but um, I'm like mentally sitting here thinking about these 5 minutes and 59 seconds that I could have been doing homework with. So yeah, that's my life right now. In other news, besides the depressing, I don't have time to track or go to the gym. Um, I got a bid from Chi Omega, as you've probably figured out by the giant Chi Omega on my sweatshirt. Um, Yet another thing that Australia is screwing up with, because initiation is when I'm in Australia, so they're like, we don't really know what we're going to do with you because you kind of need to be initiated and you're in Australia. But I officially have my bid, and I'm officially like pledging Chi Omega. They just don't really know when I'm getting initiated since uh, that's happening. So yeah, there's that. You can go watch my other video about my life crisis, about who I am and what I'm doing, and if I'm becoming the person I've always wanted to become. Just go watch that rambling video if you're ready to hear about that and you're ready for a rambling video. So yeah, I don't think there's really that much I had to say. I'm trying to think. I thought there was a non-scale victory of some sorts. Besides the Chi Omega vice president telling me I looked like I had never eaten half a cake in my life. That was pretty great. Um, there's a whole story about how that came up, but essentially the line, it looks like you've never eaten half a cake in your life, came out of her mouth, and I was just like, really? Are you being sarcastic? Or am I really not as ginormous as I used to be? Well, I mean, I know I'm not as ginormous as I used to be, but like, do I really look small enough for you to say something like that and have it not be sarcastic? So, I'm pretty sure it wasn't sarcastic, but so that was pretty great. That line has stuck with me this week. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I know I need to write things down. I actually had a sticky note out, and then I couldn't remember anything that I needed to talk about. So the sticky note's now in the garbage. I guess I didn't have anything to talk about. So that's this very uneventful week. Hopefully I'll come to you with something a little bit more entertaining next week. Have a great week, guys. I'll talk to you all soon.